Okay, hey guys. Hey, what's up, pizza eaters? Okay, so, so if you have been, like, keeping up with my channel, well, then you would probably know that I'm doing this anti-bull. Really? Really? Oh, no, you will not fall on me, camera. You will not fall on me. Okay, so, sorry, yeah, okay, so here's my message, okay, well, wait, guys, okay, when you're getting bullied, you should seriously tell someone, okay, someone that you trust, an adult, your parents, if, or something, but make sure you do, or maybe even just tell a friend, okay, also, I've actually know what it's like to get bullied. I seriously do. I've been getting bullied ever since, ever since I ever started school. I've always been bullied because, well, I like to be myself, you know, I like to stand out. And I I don't blend in. I'm, like, 100% different from everyone else. And I get bullied because of that. And I get bullied because I'm, like, really weird. And I can't really help it because because I mean, I have Asperger's. It if you don't know what that is, it's a small, it's like a minute form of autism. And I'm like, and I act like, and I seem like so weird to all the other kids. And I mean, it's serious. I mean, for me, I mean, it really makes it really hard for me to make any friends. Um, and um, and I'm starting to get like this, like like a small, like form of like this of trust issues because I've been like because I would think I would have a new friend, but then turns out that that they're really just making fun of me or taking advantage of my ignorance. And I mean, and it really hurts. I mean, don't get me wrong, it really does. I mean, I seriously know what it's like to get bullied. I mean, I got bullied like in the serious scale, to where I've actually to where my parents would actually took me to like well, no, not really, but I mean, it seriously got seriously, like, really bad, where that I got, like, super depressed at school, and then to where I actually got afraid to actually being to going to school. Basically, what was really happening though, was what was I was trying to find, like, somewhere to sit in the mornings, and really nobody really understood me, like, seriously, like, no one really understood me. And everyone just thought of me as um as the weirdo, or the loser. And no one wanted me to sit with them. So I just tried to find a spot that I would just sit alone. But then the bullies, they would actually come up to me and start picking on me, going like, oh, hey weirdo, how's it going? And at first I would just try and ignore them, you know? But then as I'm going to my locker, they would actually follow me. And then I would actually get shoved into the lockers, and they would go like, "Oops, sorry, weirdo," and I mean, it really hurt too. I mean, it really did. Then these girls, one of them, she stuck like a kick me note, but it didn't just say kick me. It said, kick me, I'm a girl. Yes, I'm a girl, so kick me. No, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, so just kick me. And my first reaction to that note was to rip it up and throw it away. So I did, and I just hid everything. I mean, I just kept it all inside. And it didn't get any better. It just kept on getting worse. So I just tried. Hiding my emotions. Like when I was, but in the 6th grade though, I would get bullied in the in my first hour, and then people would always just lie to the teacher, saying that I'm doing this or I'm doing that. But then the teacher would have me sit by myself, or she would move me to a permanent spot, which is alone at a table. And then people will just start making, making like these comments about me, and then just saying like all these hurtful things, and then got to the point to where I honestly did not want to really deal with it anymore. So I had a mechanical pencil with me, and what I did was I was just sitting by myself, I had the mechanical pencil. No one really paid attention, and so then I searched on my wrist to where the pulse would be, and then what I did was I took the mechanical pencil, I made the lead like pretty sharp, and then I stabbed myself right there in my wrist, but it didn't work though, and I would constantly keep on doing that until I ran out of lead, or until like the teacher just took the pencil, and then I would just be like just screaming on the inside, just screaming, just make it stop, please, just make it stop. And I had a locker on the 2nd floor too, and so then when I was doing like this fundraiser thing for orchestra, we were like selling like candies, and then like beef, then like meat sticks. Okay, if you have a dirty mind, you know what I'm probably thinking. And then like Jacqueline's, and then and all of sorts of things, and then I was like actually like making like some pretty good money too, selling the stuff, and then one day, and I actually always kept my locker locked too, then one day when I opened up my locker, and I had everything in there too, when I opened up my locker, it wasn't there. It was gone. And I sold like, and there were about 60 items that were in the bag, and I sold them all for $1, because that's how much we were supposed to sell them. And it was all gone. Everything. And I mean everything. So then we actually had to pay for it. So I ended up having to pay for it all. And then I just kept on, then my locker kept on getting broken into, and because I would actually find my stuff falling on top of me, when I would open up my locker, and then then people would actually put these put like these extremely like these hurtful notes in my locker. Like one of them said that said to go die. That nobody cared about me, no one loved me, and then people would actually start saying that too. It would start saying, "No one loves you, go die." And then by this point, I mean, I was seriously like I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. And then school finally ended, and I thought, finally, a break. But it really wasn't that much of a break, though. I still got bullied, pretty bad. I met this girl, and then actually over the summer, though, then she just started turning on me, and then she just started making threats and everything, and then when school started back up, I was like, no, please, I don't want to go back. But I had to go back, and I wasn't really happy about it. By this point, the school was actually under construction a little bit for renovation. So, yeah, so then, I just, I tried, to blend in, like, the best I could, but I couldn't. Immediately, the kids recognized me, and they go like, "Oh, hey, loser. Welcome back." And then this is when it really turned to hell. And this was also when I really started getting into like real danger. But my locker was actually downstairs though, and it was in a dark, like narrow hallway too, because there was this plaster wall, that separated like the construction area from the school, and but in the morning, so when I was when I had to go and sit down, I would actually honestly just try and find a friend, and then but I honestly couldn't really find anyone to be my friend, and then it just really just started just getting like really bad for me, and my only like true friend, which her name was Caitlin at that time, she didn't go to the school I went to. She went to a different school, and I mean, it really sucked to know that my only like true friend that I had at that time went to a different school, and that I was basically like all alone. So yeah. So I mean, and then this is when it really started going down. The 8th graders who just targeted me first. They would walk up to me, going like, "Hey, how's it going, weirdo?" And I would honestly, I would actually tell them to stop and to just leave me alone. But it never stopped. It never did. I mean, in fact, it just kept on getting worse every day. And then, like, as I'm just going to my locker, my peers, they would actually start shoving me into a locker. Well, like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there." And I honestly just wanted to fight back so bad, but I knew that if I tried, that I would not survive. And then it kept on getting even worse. And then I just started just trying to just be myself and everything. So then I took it. So I actually told the principal, like for the first time about all of this. We're like, huh, okay, we'll look into it. Next day, didn't get any better. It escalated like real bad. Um, so I kept on taking it to the principal, but they never did anything. They honestly didn't. And then, but I actually did though find friends, but they turned out not to really that they weren't really my friends because one day when I sat with them, they one of them just kept on slamming my head into the table. And then we were out on the out on the out on like the out on like the ah um the the pavement thing. He threw me to the ground and he said, "Come on, get up, get up, get up, little pig. Come on, fight me." And I mean, I honestly couldn't do anything. I mean, what was I supposed to do? And then I told the principal about that. Didn't really help at all. Not really. And then things started getting even worse. One time when it snowed, it didn't snow enough for the school to be closed. But then the eighth graders they I mean, and they were like much bigger than me. I mean, I was like the smallest kid there too. I was like the skinniest and the smallest. So then the eighth grader, he grabbed me when I was walking to my locker. He grabbed me from behind. He picked me up and then he threw me onto the ground. And at this point, I mean, I was seriously like scared. I could not move. He grabbed me, took my jacket off, grabbed my shoes, and he took my shirt, and he threw them into the snow. Then he grabbed me, and then he threw me into a pile of snow, and he closed the door. And I'm just lying there in the snow, freezing, trying to find a way how to get back in, because the doors were locked from the inside. I put on my snow-filled shoes, and I put on my jacket with my shirt, and I start banging on the doors, yelling, "Please let me in, let me in. I'm outside, please help me." By the time someone finally opened up the door, my whole body was numb from the cold. Then that's when things got even worse. It was at the bus stop, which was like right across from my house. What happened was that I had to wait with these kids, and honestly, and my brother wasn't there either, I think. But what happened was one of the bullies, he started coming to my bus stop. And then one day, he just started talking. He just started just making up stuff, telling the other kid that I had to wait with, saying that I was that I was talking about, I was saying this or that about him, and he just kept on antagonizing a fight, and then that's when then the kid he threw a punch at me. My first reaction was to dodge it, and I did. And then he grabbed me, and then he shoved me. Hold on. I'm gonna make a second part later.